Have you ever wondered how some Facebook ads make thousands or even millions of dollars, while other Facebook ads make nothing or even lose money? I'm Brent, and for the past 10 years, I've been obsessed with this question. Testing, tweaking, experimenting, all to discover what works with Facebook ads and now Instagram ads too. In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the most important things I've discovered by showing you 4 successful Facebook ads that have generated at least $40,000, likely much more. And then breaking them down for you so you can discover for yourself the most important tactics and strategies to create winning results. All right, let's dive in.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
Now I'm going to show you examples for both physical and digital products. And keep in mind that no matter what you sell, you can model ideas from either. Here are the ads we're going to be breaking down. Now we'll be diving into 4 different ads, 2 of them for physical products and 2 of them for digital products. All of these ads have been proven to be highly effective, and by our estimation, have generated well over $40,000 in revenue. As far as most Facebook or Instagram ads are concerned, that's breakthrough performance. So make sure to pay close attention to what you see. All right, ad 1, here we go. This ad is for a product called the Spine Deck. And if we have a look at the ads library data here, we can see that this ad is running on both Facebook and Instagram ads, both doing well. And if we take a look at the Instagram version, you can see here that it's generated over 17 million views. Wow. And if you spend any time in the Instagram newsfeed, you'll notice that is way beyond the level of success most ads are ever able to generate. Now for each of these ads, we'll first watch it and then we'll break it down. So let's give this one a watch. Now, after obsessing over Facebook ads for a while now, 10 years at this point, when I look at an ad, I don't just see what's on the surface, but I also at the same time see the underlying mechanisms underneath that are making that ad work. Essentially, that ad's blueprint. Sort of like an architect looking at a building and being able to notice the structures and how all the pieces fit together. Or like a musician that doesn't just hear music, but can hear the different notes and the scales that are being played. This ad uses a blueprint I like to call science of the secret sauce. And it goes like this. Step 1, visually show the problem. Step 2, product demonstration with close-up. Step 3, animation of the secret sauce. Step 4, product close-up again. Step 5, animation of the secret sauce B. Step 6, product demonstration B. Step 7, product demonstration C. Step 8, animation of secret sauce again. And then step 9, feature. Step 10, animation of secret sauce again. And then 11, social proof. And then we end with step 12, CTA. Now, I can't move forward without mentioning the first and most important thing there is to get when it comes to making Facebook ads that make money. And that is to get that the foundation of a successful ad starts with a great product. This is what I call the golden triangle. At the top, we've got great product because that's where it all starts. And just know that if you want the gold, meaning this stuff, you need all 3 of these. And if any of these are missing, no gold. Trying to make a great Facebook or Instagram ad for a product that's not great is kind of like trying to put lipstick on a pig. If you try hard enough, you might be able to convince some people it's appealing, but ultimately you're gonna end up having to try really, really hard. And because it's social advertising, you'll end up getting tons of negative comments on your ads. Plus, why wouldn't you wanna feel good about what you're selling? So the key is to start with a great product and then craft a great ad for it. And that's the first thing this ad does right. Now, why is this a great product? Because it solves a major problem that many people have, back pain. And it does that quickly and easily. Any product that can solve a problem that millions of people have and do so quickly and easily is for sure a great product. Now let's look at the first step of this blueprint. Step 1, visually show the problem. When it comes to what you're selling, you always want to take a step back and start with clearly communicating the problem first. A lot of people make this mistake. Don't start with the solution. Start with the problem, talk about the problem first, and then talk about the solution. Step 2, product demo A with close-up. Next is the product demonstration. We go straight from showing the problem to showing the solution. Great. And then we show a close-up of the product. Here, you just want to show visually how your product solves the problem that it solves. Next, step 3. Step 3 is animation of the secret sauce. Here we've got an animation showing how the product works, what I'm calling the secret sauce. And look, using these animations is incredibly engaging and a very, very effective technique for keeping attention. So use these if you can. And if you want an easy way to get these animations, you can actually buy them from any of the major stock photography websites. All right, step 4. Step 4 is the product close-up. Here, you want to show your product from different angles and display different features of the product. This will be another animation of the secret sauce. Same, but different.
Same, but different.
Step 6, product demo B. This will be another product demo clip. By showing your product in action, you give people the opportunity to imagine using it themselves. And as they do that, to start getting connected to what that would feel like. That's very powerful selling psychology. And really a very powerful technique for anything you want someone to take action on, getting them to imagine what it would be like. Step 7, product demo C, simply show another product demonstration. Step 8 will be animation of the secret sauce C, again, another animation. And then 9, features. Now that we've already put awareness on the problem, demonstrated how the product works, visually animated the secret sauce so they can see the behind the scenes, now we move on to demonstrating a feature or features that the product has. Step 10, animation of secret sauce D. Then it's another animation of the secret sauce. And look, there's a reason these are used so many times. If you notice, they're literally almost impossible not to watch. All right, next, step 11, social proof. Now we start to wrap up with social proof, showing how many people have rated the product 5 stars. And then we end with step 12, CTA. When we're paying to advertise, we always end with calling them to take action. And whenever possible, giving them a reason or an incentive to do so. In this case, it's the classic discount 50% off. And that completes the science of the secret sauce video ad blueprint, our first e-commerce example. Next, we've got one more for e-com and then 2 digital products. And remember, regardless of what you're selling, you can make any of these techniques work for yourself. Just takes a little bit of creativity. A key insight about innovation worth mentioning is that some of the biggest breakthroughs in advertising and marketing have come from places that you wouldn't necessarily expect to look. In other words, they came from outside the expected. And this is true for advertising breakthroughs and overall business breakthroughs as well. And there are countless examples out there to prove it. And I share that with you because I want to encourage you to keep an open mind and to be willing to try things that are new or different so that you can create the possibility of a real breakthrough in your results. Okay, next. The next ad is for fresh, clean teas. And as you can see, 1.3 million views and hundreds of comments showing that this is a highly effective ad. And also here, if we have a look at the ads library, we can see that it's running on both Facebook and Instagram successfully. All right, let's start by giving it a watch.
Check this out. 50 bucks, 60 bucks, 70 bucks for a t-shirt. This right here, super soft, super lightweight, and fits super well. It's only $15. I've washed it about 4 times and literally has not lost its color. I went to their site and I didn't think it would come with that quality, but after buying a 3-pack, I basically bought their whole entire lineup and I'm a customer for life. Check them out.
Now this ad uses a blueprint I like to call the so much better blueprint. Let's break it down. Step 1, set the anchor. Step 2, highlight 3 benefits. Step 3, show why you're better. Step 4, highlight 4th benefit. Step 5, reverse an objection. Step 6, powerful endorsement. And then step 7, clear and direct CTA. Step 1, set the anchor. Now in this step, you'll start by picking something that makes your product better than the competition. And then open by highlighting and putting that thing in the spotlight. In the ad, it's 50 bucks, 60 bucks, 70 bucks for a t-shirt. Yeah, that's an obnoxious price for a men's t-shirt. The shirts that this ad is selling are under $20. So that's something that makes this product superior to the competition. Great. Now ask yourself this question. What makes your product superior to the competition? Next, step 2. Step 2, highlight 3 benefits. Here he says, super soft, super lightweight, and fits super well. Now that's good copy because it really rolls off your tongue, doesn't it? One of the most important distinctions in all of advertising is the difference between features and benefits. Features are essentially the attributes of the product, like the physical properties, whereas benefits are what the features give you. Like, for example, a feature would be this shirt is made with 100% cotton. That's the feature, and then the benefit of that feature would be it's super soft. Now in your ads, you want to include both features and benefits, but you should always put the focus on the benefits because that's what people care about the most. This example ad does that very well, and it gets it done in one sentence, which is pretty awesome. And they really nail it because aren't those the three things that people care about mostly when it comes to a t-shirt? Super soft, lightweight, and fits super well. I thought so. So much that when I saw this ad, I clicked on it and bought one of the shirts myself, and I'm actually wearing it right now. This is a fresh, clean tee, and I love it. And I can definitely confirm that those three benefits are accurate. Step 3, refer back to the anchor that you set in step 1. And you'll do this by just mentioning the thing that you do better. In this case, it's the price, so he just mentions it's $15. Then step 4, highlight a fourth benefit. He says something like it hasn't faded after watching it 4 times. Remember what I said about features versus benefits. This is definitely a key benefit. And it's a great one because, well, it's so common for black clothes to fade after you wash them a few times, isn't it? Awesome. Next, step 5, reverse an objection. Reversing objections is an enormously powerful tool to utilize in your ads. This is simply because people are nearly always naturally skeptical of just about any kind of marketing. And highly effective ads don't shy away from this. Instead, they confront whatever people are skeptical about and then resolve it. And why that's so powerful is because when you effectively reverse an objection, it inspires trust. Trust leads to more money, and we like more money. Now, logically, if a product has a low price, what's an obvious objection someone might have? Low quality, right? In fact, people automatically associate low price and low quality. So the ad confronts this very effectively by just saying, quote, didn't expect quality, which both confronts and resolves it. Excellent. Do something similar. Next, step 6, share a powerful endorsement of your product. The example says, I basically bought their whole entire lineup and I'm a customer for life. Now that is a very powerful statement. For this step, just get a powerful endorsement from one of your most satisfied customers and use it for step 6. And last, step 7, clear and direct CTA. As always, for the call to action, make it clear and direct, and ideally, add an incentive to motivate them to take action now. And that completes the So Much Better blueprint. Now, our first digital product example. The next ad is for Yoga Body. As you can see here, over 1 million views, tons of comments, showing that this ad also highly effective. Like before, if we have a look at the ads library data here, we can also see that this ad is running on both Facebook and Instagram successfully. Now let's give it a watch.
Does stretching prevent injuries? The answer is no. I'm a yoga teacher. That might sound like heresy, but all of the research, all the sports science says no. Stretching doesn't prevent injuries. This means when you go to watch a 10K or a marathon and you see all those runners bobbing up and down, doing calf stretches and doing quad stretches, none of those stretches will prevent injuries. It's a good way to warm up. It feels good, but it won't prevent injuries. So what's the point of stretching? Is there any point at all? There's absolutely a point, but you need to differentiate between stretching and targeted flexibility training. Stretching is exactly what you see people do at the gym. A little bit of this, bouncing up and down. Really great way to warm up. Targeted flexibility training is when you take someone like me with hips that were like this, and through targeted flexibility training, you open up and change their actual body. When you change someone's biomechanics, when you change somebody's posture, when you change the way they sit and walk and run, that has a dramatic impact on their potential for injury, their potential for power, speed, and output as well. Stretching doesn't prevent injuries, but targeted flexibility training can change your posture, which absolutely can prevent injuries. My name is Lucas Rockwood. I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a trainer, but I used to be a stiff office guy. I transformed my body using something I'll call gravity yoga. It's a targeted flexibility practice. It's a supplement to whatever you're doing. It takes 15 minutes per day. We work through hamstrings, hips, shoulders, wrists, twists, and ankles. We work on your spine as well. And it's a very effective way to change your body. If you're struggling with flexibility, I'd encourage you to check it out. You'll find all the details down below.
This ad uses a blueprint I like to call killing sacred cows. Here are the steps. Step 1, sacred cow killing. Step 2, correct misconception and back it up. Step 3, make a distinction. Step 4, visually demonstrate the benefits. Step 5, highlight 3 more benefits. Step 6, refer back to the common misconception. Step 7, introduce the presenter. Step 8, share the transformation. Step 9, share what made the transformation possible. Step 10, CTA. All right, now let's dig in. Step 1, sacred cow killing. Killing sacred cows is something I'm using to refer to common misconceptions. In this example, it's, does stretching prevent injuries? Now, why does this work? This works because the idea that stretching prevents injuries is something most people believe is true. This is the most important detail and what makes this a sacred cow. Sacred cows are these widely held beliefs that most people assume to be true. If you notice, people have certain ideas and beliefs that they just automatically assume are accurate, factual, and true. And because they think they're just obviously true, they never think to question them because everyone knows that's true. But the thing is, what if it's actually not true? The good news for us as advertisers is that sometimes, and quite often, these sacred cows aren't actually true, accurate, or factual. And the most true thing that you can say about the truth is that what's true for human beings changes and evolves over time. And I absolutely love this because it means that one of the most valuable things, and I would say also most loving things, is actually speak to the people that are still operating with outdated, old, or incorrect information and actually enhance their lives by allowing them to update what they know, which can be enormously helpful to someone. And it's also a very powerful and effective way to get attention at the open. Well, nobody likes being wrong, and if they think they might be, they'll listen. What are the sacred cows or common misconceptions that your audience has? All right, next, step 2. Step 2 is correct the misconception and back it up. We do this in 2 ways here. Number 1, he does this by simply saying no. And 2, he backs up his answer by basically saying no because science. Something like, all the research in sports science says no, stretching does not prevent injuries. Okay, next. Step 3, make a distinction. Here, you want to make a distinction that points out the real difference that your product makes. And you'll do this in a way that allows people to see the value that your product provides. We do this here by distinguishing stretching from targeted flexibility training. Next, step 4, visually demonstrate the benefit of said difference. Here, he does this by bringing his legs up and showing you how tight his hips were. So much that he couldn't even sit cross-legged on the floor properly. Simply put, when it comes to effectiveness in advertising, visual demonstration works. This study by the Center of Intelligent Signal and Imaging Research points out that most people are visual learners, over 65% of the population. So use visual demonstration often and whenever possible. Okay, next, step 5, highlight 3 more benefits. If you want to create ads that work and work really well, you've got to nail the most compelling benefits. In the example, this is done by mentioning a dramatic impact on potential for injury, speed, and output. Next, step 6, refer back to the common misconception and restate your argument more succinctly. Also, include a how detail. Here, this is done by saying, quote, stretching doesn't prevent injuries, but targeted flexibility training can change your posture, which absolutely can prevent injuries. Now that is excellent copy. What he's done here is stated essentially the entire ad in one clear, concise, and compelling sentence. Communication that's that concise and that potent is powerful communication in any context. All right, next, step 7, introduce the presenter. His name is Lucas Rockwood, and surprise, he's a yoga teacher. Lucas just sounds like the name of a yoga teacher, doesn't it? Ah, Lucas. Ah, yes. Namaste, brother. Namaste. Step 8, share the transformation from this to that. This is accomplished when he says he used to be a stiff office guy. This is great because, well, how many people are stiff office guys? Probably a lot, maybe millions. Next, step 9, share what made the transformation possible. This is the hero that saved the day. Always make your product the hero. Okay, he transformed his body, but how? Well, with targeted flexibility training, of course. Did not see that coming. One of the things to note here is that he gave it a name. This is a very powerful technique. Giving the approach you use or your special secret sauce its own made-up name, very powerful. I did this myself with my course Ad Evolution, which I called the Ad Evolution 5-step method. It has 5 steps, and it's the approach I use to create money-making Facebook ads. And you can learn more about it by clicking the link in the description. Inside, I give you more detailed video ad blueprints like this, and it's awesome. And the last step, step 10, the call to action. Now, I really like this call to action here because he anchors in who it's for. This is accomplished by saying, quote, if you're struggling with flexibility, I encourage you to check it out. For a call to action to be effective, it just needs to be simple and clear, and ideally include a reason why or something to motivate them, just like this. That completes the Sacred Killing Cows blueprint. Next up, the next ad is for another digital product in the health category called hyperbolic stretching. As you can see, we've got over 1 million views, 1.15 million views here, 501 comments showing high effectiveness. And for this one, if we have a look at the ads library data for this big guy, we can see that the ad is running on both Facebook and Instagram like the others. This ad uses a blueprint I like to call the rubberneck effect. Let's give it a watch. Now let's break it down. This blueprint includes 7 steps. Step 1, powerful head-turning visual demonstration. Step 2, primary core benefit 1. Step 3, primary core benefit 2. Step 4, primary core benefit 3. Step 5, secondary benefit 2. Step 6, CTA. Step 1, powerful head-turning visual demonstration. Now look, this is the key to this whole thing. Remember how I said use visual demonstration as often as possible? This ad just nails that. And this particular visual demonstration particularly nails it because it is what carries the entire ad. And it's just perfect because it visually shows maybe the most powerful benefit of the product, being able to do the splits. Really great example, and this is definitely something that almost demands rubbernecking. Like, you gotta look. It's like if you're scrolling through your newsfeed and all of a sudden you come across seemingly middle-aged man doing the full splits, how can you not at least stop for a second and have a look? Okay, step 2. Step 2 is primary core benefit 1. In this case, relief. From here on, this blueprint mainly deals with benefits. So it's pretty simple. And benefits might be the most important thing to get right in all of your ads. Of course, that is if you want them to make money. Why? Because it answers the one thing that every human being is always asking. WIIFM. What's in it for me? You make that clear, your ads will perform. You don't make that clear, your ads won't perform. It's as simple as that. And if your ads didn't perform, I'd be willing to bet that it was either because you didn't make the benefits clear or you didn't make them clear enough. Always make it clear how what you're selling benefits them. And make it very clear. And by the way, if this video is benefiting you, click that like button so it turns blue and subscribe to the channel. If you do, I'll make more videos like this for you. This blueprint deals with 2 types of benefits, primary benefits and secondary benefits. Primary benefits are the benefits that people are the most interested in, the big stuff, the things that people would really consider the most significant differences to their lives. This is the first primary benefit mentioned. Relief. And it's chosen very well for sure because, well, if someone's dealing with physical pain, what's the one thing they want more than anything else? Relief, of course, right? Next, step 3. Here you'll just name a second primary benefit. When it comes to physical pain, after relief, mobility or being able to move better makes perfect sense to come next. Now, I might have actually spelled it out even more and said something like move better and more easily. And also maybe even mentioned a life situation where that would really matter, like playing with your kids or getting out of bed in the morning, etc., which definitely would make this ad even better. Now for you, challenge yourself to nail down what you think are the 3 core primary benefits that your product offers, and then post what you think are the 3 primary benefits in the comments to see if other people in the community think you nailed it too. And if not, support you. Primary core benefit 3. As you can see, these primary benefits are well organized. And if you look closely, you can see they're in order of descending significance. That way it makes the most sense and flows together the most naturally. So I suggest using the same order and structuring your benefits similarly, starting with the most significant benefit that's the most widely appealing. Step 5. Secondary benefit 1. Here you'll name the first secondary benefit. We started with primary benefits. Now we're on to secondary benefits. And secondary benefits are just going to be the ancillary benefits, like the fact that the product's easy to use or that it doesn't take a lot of time. Here, for example, they said 8 minutes per day, 4 times a week. That's a secondary benefit. And you want to put these after the primary benefits, because after someone has connected with those 3 primary benefits, it then makes sense to move the conversation to more specificity around how your product is actually going to do that and start talking about the product itself. And like I said, 8 minutes per day, 4 times a week is essentially communicating this product's easy to use. Next, secondary benefit number 2. This is where you'll name a second secondary benefit. In this example, the secondary benefit they've chosen is no experience necessary. And you can see how this would support the ad because many people feel insecure or just not confident about their bodies. So knowing that you do not need any experience is compelling. Again, notice that the secondary benefit is specifically about how the product itself works. And notice the impact of how moving the conversation to how the product is used perfectly sets you up for the next step, step 7, the CTA. The call to action here is clear and direct, like the rest, which is great. And also notice that in the call to action, the language used is about learning, not buying, which in a CTA will often result in a higher click-through rate. They say specifically for video instructions, click the learn more button with an arrow pointing to exactly what they want you to do. Perfect. All right, we did it. Homer Simpson. Woo-hoo! Now, if you liked this blueprint approach to learning Facebook and Instagram ads, where I break down in detail exactly what to do step by step, and you want even more blueprints with even more clarity, depth, and detail, you just might love my program, Ad Evolution. Inside, I have premium video ad blueprints, including the blind spot discovery video ad blueprint, the integrated product solution video ad blueprint, the show and tell video ad blueprint, and the combo platter video ad blueprint, which are included and a whole lot more if you choose to join and become a member of Ad Evolution. Click the link in the description to learn more and see if it's right for you. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to click like and subscribe so I can make more videos like this for you in the future. And next, right now, have a look at my $1.9 million step-by-step Facebook ads tutorial. I've been getting a ton of positive feedback on it, and I think you're going to love it. Check that out right now. Awesome.